Hello everyone and welcome back to Tempus Valorem. So today we'll be talking about Summoner's War Lost Centuria, which is the last game released by Come To Us, based on the same setting obviously as Summoner's War, with actually teams of 8 people and the new counter mechanics that seems quite interesting. The last time I saw a team that's bigger, than 5 people was on Centuria Awakening, where it was 6 people in the team, and it was quite interesting. You couldn't see the teams actually really well, let's say, but it's interesting in terms of team composition, because the support and how you can buff your guys and debuff the opponent's team is much more interesting the more you add units, but at the same time it makes it more harder to manage. What's quite interesting is that in this case with Lost Centuria, we're on not on a turn-based gameplay, we're actually on real time. So hopefully the fact that we have 8 people on the screen makes it a bit more manageable. I'm quite sure that Centuria Awakening was actually turn-based, so it was actually a bit longer, let's say, because when you have 6 characters, that's 12, and then needs to go through actually the turns, so it's a bit longer. Here, let's see what it's about. So first gameplay together, guys. We're gonna skip the cinematics, etc. Actually, the first one was quite similar to the League of Legends cinematic, so that's quite interesting with actually some characters fighting each other, etc. So here, okay, we start the basics, fair enough. Let's get prepared. So often in the tutorial you have a lot of monkey see, monkey do. What I quite like here is that at least they actually make us just tap on stuff, but still implement game mechanic, like for example defense break. So that's quite interesting. So we're gonna weaken the defense, which is something that's really important in this kind of game. You want to actually have one opener that's going to do defense break on one or several units, and then here, for example, you want your DPS that actually comes and the big damage. So ideally you want actually defense break, then you want actually attack buff, and boom, you want to actually unleash all your power. So here, see, as it's real time, it's not like Summoner's War where you actually wait and your speed actually determines actually the first one going, and then the way you can buff your team and all. Here, everything keeps on happening. So if I don't press button, if I don't press skills, actually my team is just going to do auto attack nonstop. But we want them to actually unleash their skills. So here, attack down, defense down, but of course, it's the end of the battle. So quite interesting so far. Okay, first chest. Let's see what we get. I find the art style really it's in between Summoner's War and League of Legends. I don't know what you guys think. Thing reminds me of the character from League of Legends that does the ultimate with the big shark or whale that comes up and sorry everyone. Okay, so here the small arrows at the bottom that were a bit subtle. Usually you would like to actually tap anywhere on the screen and then you actually move to the next step because you don't want actually a player that stays stuck on this screen. I mean, maybe I'm not the most clever person, but still you want to actually facilitate the tutorial and you don't want to have any blocker on it. So okay, so tutorial, so it tells us more or less what's going to happen. So that's quite good because you know that the tutorial is going to be quite contained. It's not going to be half an hour of tutorial, so that's quite good. So let's go to attribute. So it's going to teach us about actually the rock paper scissors mechanic. So for example, fire is stronger than nature, nature is stronger than water, water is stronger than fire. So usually that's the 3, and then you have actually light and dark that are on their own. Okay, so see, it's the same. However, the colors are a little bit different. So it's not nature in this case. I mean, it's the same rock, paper, scissors, but actually it's a bit yellow here and the other one is a bit green, which is, I don't know if it's really worth it, to be honest, to actually confuse the player for little return really, because it's something that's cognitive. Players have played enough games to actually just know without thinking that actually one thing is stronger than the other. Let's see, so again, defense down, I use my characters, then I use my DPS. Here, well, the first one died already, so actually I didn't really enjoy the defense down, but that's okay, I guess, because it's tutorial, so actually my whole team, well, almost my whole team is still there. So see, here they're actually adding, they're not throwing 8 characters at us right away, which I find quite good. So we started with 4, right? Then we're adding actually this thin guy on the top of everything. It tells us on the left, actually, what it does, so that's quite good. I don't know if it's going to be all the time like that, but it could be good. You need to repeat 8 times at least the information per session to actually print it to the player's mind. So it's quite interesting. So here, the previous one I guess was common. This one must be uncommon or rare, I assume. So rare, okay, Ramagos. Ramagos again, the characters' name are almost the same as Summoner's War. Clean shot. Okay, that's cool. Let's go to next. So what's important here, I mean, if you played Summoner's War, you saw that, okay, here we're on a shard actually, or shard or card, hero summoning. We're not actually, a bit like Darkfire Heroes, you know, that we reviewed before. We're not in actually like you get the hero once, then you're set. Then if you just get duplicate of the hero or Devilman, I believe in Summoner's War, then you can increase the skill, which is important, but it's not as important as the hero itself. Here we know that, okay, like if we get a hero once, that's good, but we're gonna have to get the hero many times to actually be able to get him to a decent level, you know. So overall, it's a bit, as we said last time, it's a bit better for the dopamine control because you're excited when you get actually a legendary hero. But if you know that you're going to have to actually get 30 cards of that hero, it's going to be tempting, but a bit less tempting to actually spend money. So that I think is a bit less aggressive, let's say, in terms of monetization, even if it's not the most ethical, let's say. Okay, so here we're going to use... Okay, we're going to use the counter. So the counter makes actually the fights a bit more interesting, and actually I regenerated life there. After like, so far, I don't know if it's going to change. So far, I just feel like, you know, a card is popping up and actually I'm pressing it. I don't have the time really to plan the units that I'm going to, like, you know, like remove the defense. So, okay, so if I don't think I can actually select different unit to attack, which is not great. I don't know if it's because it's a tutorial. But see here, I click like top right and nothing happened. I cannot select the unit. So here, for example, I can only def down this guy, but he's almost dead, so there's no point. That's not amazing. So here we can actually attack and... no, I didn't regen HP. I must have misread the skill. Okay, so here, so this guy, for example, we know we're gonna have to build him with critical hit, because actually when he critical hit, he frees the enemy. So if you want to have a freeze comp or something like that, you will have to have high crit. So makes sense. So with the runes or whatsoever, that we're gonna have to equip them later. Okay, another chest. So let's see, probably another hero, I assume. Is it going to be better quality or same? No, lower quality, I think. Okay, so that may be the card that we equip the character with, or additional powers. Summoner spell, okay. Okay, so as a summoner, I will have some spell that I can use to actually act upon the battle. So it's something a bit similar, again, to Darkfire Heroes. So here, as usual. So I may reroll or not. Let's see. Hopefully you don't have to reroll. It's something that can be quite annoying sometimes, where you have to spend hours and hours about rerolling to get the best heroes. On a card game, I guess it's a bit, let's say, less important than on a game like, for example, Summoner's War, where you will want to actually have the best start, because it's going to be hard to have like that amount of summon later. So here, quite interesting, we change the position, which changes probably like the person that's attacked first. So actually you can swap your tank with more of a fighter, let's say like Ramagos was more fighter, and now I switch with my tank that can def up. So that's quite interesting. But yeah, so I hope I don't have to reroll, because you have a small pool of usually heroes to start with. You unlock heroes the more you play. So sometime, again, like Darkfire Heroes, it's better to stay until level 15 or something like that, to have a smaller pool of heroes. So actually when you summon, you have better odds to get the heroes that you need. I don't know if it's going to be exactly the case on this one, but we'll have a look. Okay, so it's actually like the spell come up as one of the heroes. So I guess it depends. You have next, so you have a selection of 4 inputs that you can do, based, I assume, on the speed of the heroes, among other things. And you need to manage your mana. So it's quite different. So here, okay, I know that the hero has HP. So actually, like, I don't tap without thinking. I check the mana, and I know I can follow up with this hit to finish him. So the pace is actually not so bad, let's say. It's almost like a mini Clash Royale, you know, in terms of like, I have my mana, I need to actually decide what's the next action. And after it depletes my mana by that amount, so here 3, for example. So that's quite interesting. Jenny looks a bit old there. I mean, not saying like, but she looks like an old Jaina from, oh, that's purple, so I guess that's epic. Not legendary, but epic. I guess it's going to be the same for all the players, but let's see what it is. Is it going to be a Lapis? No, okay. Okay, Sophia. Okay, don't know Sophia. I didn't play like Summoner's War for a few years now, so I'm not sure about how the state of the game is. I tried to come back a couple of times, but there was like too many things to get back to. So I thought like if I come back to Summoner's War, it's almost better maybe to create a new character, you know, create a new account to actually start from scratch, because at the moment it's a bit hard to start with everything that's going on. So here, okay, so then introduce us to ranked battle already. So ranked battle usually is a bit later. So here you see like we actually buffed up our team with like few characters along the way. So later on we can change the formations. See, it's a bit early usually to introduce us to PvP. Usually like we'll do more campaign. You have like 2 or 3 missions, then you go to the campaign and then you will go to PvP. Here, is it really good to make me wait, I don't know, 15 seconds, 20 seconds to actually match with someone during a tutorial? I don't think so. So maybe it was not fully part of the tutorial, maybe it was, but it was still guiding me, right? Because there was actually a visual cue to actually like, okay, click there and launch that screen. So fair enough, they want to show that the PvP is cool in the game. The team seems relatively balanced that I'm going against. Just like 5. So this is probably a bot. You can see Angot, but this is most likely a bot. So here actually you see like in the previous tutorial, actually the cards were coming up to actually give me an indication about what to use. Now it's not anymore. I just need to be a bit more clever, I guess. So I'm gonna try to finish this guy off. Okay, and now, okay, all the counters are happening. I'm gonna use this guy for defense down. Actually, I thought it was dead. He was dead. He's not. So not my best. But Ramagos now have low HP, so he's gonna do a lot of damage. Ah, God, he was countered, which is not great. Can he still attack? Yeah, okay, still attack. Okay, so you countered. You may be killed before you perform your attack, but not always. And you can still perform your skill after that. So I don't understand why I can't select. So let me know in the comments, guys, if you can select by another way. But so far, it seems, so maybe that's why the change position is so important, because you actually go in a certain order, and changing the position with characters like the penguin guy is actually interesting in that game. See, like defense up and boom, we swap position. So maybe that's why it's more interesting to have mechanics like that. But I find it a little bit frustrating that I cannot actually select the healer and I cannot defeat the healer first. So I will have to go through the tank. Or maybe later on we have characters on my team that I actually can change the order of the character in the other team. So that will be quite interesting. So we're just going to finish this and we're going to have a look at a couple of summon and the store maybe. And I think that will be it for that video. We may do another video a bit later with a proper review and maybe some summons. Let's see. So I may post like actually another video later today or next week. Let's see, hopefully. So here, okay, we're going to finish them. So, okay, so it's a bot that's actually like, so what you do at the beginning, it's like, it's really hard, you know, to control the PvP experience. So at least at the beginning, you will have actually a few bots that have like really bad teams. It could be new players, but often it's bots, to be honest with you. And you make your guys actually fight. You make the players fight these guys, so actually they can get the hang of it. And later on, hopefully, you remove the bots. So the bots should really only be an introduction. Really, if it stays for longer, when you go to rank like silver, gold, it's quite bad. But when you're at bronze and just to have actually the players always fighting someone, I don't think it's such a bad practice, especially now, like the game has been released like 2 or 3 hours ago. So that's something. So okay, so now, no, so you see like the single mode is not actually, so the focus is PvP for sure, because look, I cannot even do PvE until I reach a certain rank in PvP. So the game is clearly telling us, hey guys, this is a PvP game. Like the PvE is here to support maybe and to give like a couple of benefits. Colin was really good in Summoner's War in a lot of teams, but here I don't know, like is there dungeons, etc. I guess there are dungeons for your runes or your powers, etc. But I guess that comes a bit later. So okay, my formation, I want to add her. Okay, so front line, back line, the 4 heroes. So I guess, see, like you have actually the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4. So I guess this is the order of the attacks, you know, like, so first this guy will be attacked. So if I wanted, I could swap. So that's quite good that I can check that. There's an event going on. Okay, so obviously, like it's really important if you want to play the game. Playing the game in the first weeks, let's say, is usually really good because you have like all the pre-reg and all this stuff that's available to you. And here, can I check the summons? So summons, what can I do? I can do, okay, not 3 times. So, okay, so you can summon by 3 times. Mystical, can we do? Okay, so we can do some mystical. We cannot do the enchant. So here we have a chance. So basically it's going to be 3 stars to 5 stars. Here it's going to be 4 to 5 stars. And here it's going to be, I don't know, normal is maybe 2 stars, 3 stars. So the equivalent. So it's actually quite different nomination, you know, like hero will be epic usually, I assume. So here it's like 2 to 4 stars. So we're going to try like 3 summons, guys. We'll do more later probably, but you're just going to see how it works and if we can get anything good. So it doesn't seem good. Chain of Despair, okay, we have 10. So see, like, I will have to actually level that up later on, and probably it's going to level up my player account. Here, is it a bit better? Okay, it's a little bit better. So you see the animation actually rush dopamine. Like if you see something green, it's okay, it's rare. If I see something gray, it's common, so I mean normal in this case. If I see something like, let's say, a purple or another color, I'm going to be quite happy. No, I'm not going to be happy. Okay, so let's see, like the rerolls usually are interesting if you have actually a lot of summon at the beginning. Here, Barretta, so for example, usually was good for the trials, like the Tower of something, where actually you could actually reduce the speed of the other teams. So that's about it. Like, don't hesitate to claim your stuff. So here you will have, okay, we'll have actually 3 more. Okay, guys, like let's try to finish this on a hype of a good summon, at least, or something. The summon mileage, so you can see this is a PT system, bottom left. We're going to talk about that in a second. So here, again, nothing good. It seems. Pretty, okay. She can grant death down. Interesting. 10 at least. Sometimes you have actually a normal and heroic hero that can actually help you quite a lot. So that's something to take into account. Okay, so this seems quite good. Let's see. It's a spell though, I think. Okay, okay, skill stone. Okay, it seems quite good, but it's for Priya, which is something that we just got. It seems like purple for a hero that was barely rare. That's interesting. So maybe that's actually a different kind of skill that you can have per hero. And here it's green. So see, like, we didn't get really the best start so far. Chill Tornado, I think like the visuals for that could be quite nice. And I have 700 gems that were given to me. Oops, sorry. So if I go here, no, I don't have like much more to claim. That's really interesting. And if I go to the shop, so we saw it's 2,700, right, for 10 summon. So here I will have a starter pack 1 + 1 + 200. Okay, I cannot do so much. It's not that expensive though. Here, 1 heroic cards. Okay, so this is a bit better. So I will have like 1 4-star to start with for sure. And here, well, we're getting like prices that are way too crazy. $150, it's way too crazy. But yeah, basically you can have a look, see what's the best value. So again, like in these games, you want to summon by 10 ideally. So I think like they don't do it with the books, they do it only with the gems. So when you spend the gems, basically you're gonna save 1 summon every 10 summon, so that's important. And here we're gonna get a legendary monster, wants to do 100. So let's see if we can do another video later today that's gonna actually be focused on summon. But otherwise, first impression, not bad, quite interesting, fast-paced game. I can select actually my abilities on the go, so that's quite good. Very focused on PvP, it seems so far. Let's see when we dig a bit more into it. But they had always also the 100 influencers invitational a couple of days ago to actually tease the game. So I think that's actually something to show that okay, this game's about PvP, etc. I think the fact that there's a mana management, and the spell coming in different order for esport purposes, this must be stronger than Summoner's War because they tried to push and they still push Summoner's War esport quite a lot. Where actually it's more like you need to grind your heroes, you need to spend maybe money, and if you have like a team of 5 LND heroes, well, 5-star LND heroes, then you're gonna have a really strong team. That plus your rune then like what you're gonna do matters a bit less. When here it seems that they put a bit more emphasis on like the actions of the player to make it a bit more interesting to watch. And again, like very focused on duel mode. So thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you later for probably another video about summons, hopefully. Bye bye guys, thank you.